Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This feels like a real welcome back because I've not been here in like 4 months. Okay, hi everyone, how are you doing? How have you been? How's everything? How is 2023 going? Mine has been very exhausting. Anyway, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, welcome back. So a couple weeks ago, I sort of trended. My face was everywhere. You would see a picture come up here. Then Keji posted a tweet I made, and legit NG also posted it, and I was getting a lot of DMs. So the tweet, as you can see, I had tweeted about the fact that it was my 5 years anniversary. How does that sound? Okay, so it was my 5 years post-graduation anniversary. Don't mind me, I like to celebrate things. So I celebrate anniversary, I celebrate milestones. I think that is one of the things that make living make sense, because living is stressful, especially if you're from the trenches like me. Yes, so I checked my calendar. I think it was March 11 or March 12, and I had realized that it was 5 years ago that I graduated. So I made a tweet. So something interesting. Let me just take a couple steps back. My final year project, I finished with a tutu, by the way. If you watched my other videos, you would have seen that. So my final year project, I can't even remember the title anymore. It was something about non-petroleum products and economic growth, the contribution of the non-petroleum sector, to economic growth. And I'm not going to mention my lecturer's name, but when I was doing the project, I think when I was in chapter 4 or 5, I had a lot of issues with my project supervisor, by the way. Please, if you are a final year, I pray for you. You shall not have issues with your supervisor. If you haven't already, the Lord shall intervene. Amen. Sad, we had a lot of issues because it dragged things, and he thought I was on. I mean, you know how lecturers can be. They want you to come to them, beg them, say yes sir all the time. And as you know, I've always been proud, even when I was in the trenches. So I know my worth, and I wasn't going to do that. So one day after one of our back and forth and bickering, he had said, "Oh, so you're even on a 2-2. It's better be serious with your life. Oh. People that finish with first class and 2-1, they are not even seeing jobs. Not to talk of you that finished a 2-2. And I felt very odd. By the way, I finally asked for my transcripts. I finally had the boldness to ask for my transcripts. And I realized that my CGPA was not that bad because I finished with a 3.36. Yeah, so that's kind of 2-2 I finished with. I thought it was very poor, but it wasn't that poor, It was just a lot of 58 C's and 68 B's here and there. Anyway, back to the story. So he had said that, and it was very painful. It was painful because of the mannerism. It was extremely condescending. It was. Don't let me go into that. Anyway, Sasha made that tweet that you saw, and it just blew up because my face was everywhere. People affording me, hey, my way, you need a kg, you're this, you're that. I think like 4 or 5 blogs carried it. And I just felt, oh, do you know what? Let's do this. Because I got a lot of DMs after. Hey, congratulations on your 5-year anniversary. How did you do it? You had a very fast career. Blah, blah, blah. Kidiko. So I had tweeted, I just like, do you know what? Instead of answering people's questions in DM, I tweeted that people should just fill a form, and I was going to answer the questions. And that is why we are here today. So either you ask me a question or not, sit tight and enjoy the video. So before I answer the questions, I feel like I'll just sort of summarize my journey in like 3 minutes, because I'm trying to get this video to be as short as possible so that my friend, who is my cinematographer, would have a happy weekend. I've stressed him this morning. So I'm just going to try to summarize. Holy Spirit, help me. 3 minutes. I studied economics from Buffalo University. If you're watching my videos, you probably know that already. If you have not, please go and watch all my old videos. Thank you. If you're a first-time subscriber, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe below and share. So I studied economics from Buffalo University, and I finished with a 2-2, and my first place of work was tax aid professional services. Though I'm going to do free PR for every place I've worked. Tax aid is one of the best places to work if you're a tax enthusiast and you want to start out your career in tax. It's a tax management company. They do everything related to tax, end-to-end management of tax. Yeah, so I worked with tax aid professional services. Then I moved to GE, right? I said my NYC at tax aid, I moved to GE. My role at GE was very fun. It was something partner, I can't remember. commercial partner allergist. I can't remember. But my job description was very interesting. I was reporting to a global manager, and because she was a global manager, even though we were interns, and that's a free lesson for you guys, even though we were interns, we were managing regional managers. Because our manager, me and my partner, her name is Ozioma. I probably bring up one of our pictures here, yeah. So me and my partner, Ozioma, we interviewed together and got the role together. And that's another story entirely. I don't think I want to go into it. Maybe when I'm answering the questions, I will touch it. But yeah, so because our manager was a global manager, we're managing regional managers. So I felt like that role stretched me a lot because I had to speak with Spanish, French, Vietnamese, very interesting people across the globe. I think that's why I loved the most about General Electric. So within my time at General Electric, I moved into HR. I did a rotational, something around HR. So I took rotations just with different departments. Unofficial rotation, by the way, let me just put it out there. But G stressed me a lot, and I feel like G laid the foundation for my HR career. So I moved from G to CareerWise, which everybody knows me with, and I did an amazing job. I feel like I really loved CareerWise. Now I feel like I know that I loved CareerWise. I still love CareerWise. Yeah, I love CareerWise. Yeah, I still love CareerWise, but I loved my time at CareerWise. It was really beautiful. It was stretchy. It was demanding. It was also exciting. I worked with extremely smart people. And now I'm at Big Kaba Media. Yeah. So between CareerWise and Big Kaba Media, I work with the company. I'm not going to mention their name, but it was a very short, I don't want to say toxic relationship, but yeah, it was short, fast, and move on. And now I'm with Big Kaba Media as of today that I recorded this video, because by the time you're watching, I don't know where I will be. Maybe I'll be at Netflix, which way I ultimately want to work. So that's really my career journey in a very, very short period. Now, career lessons. Rather than share career lessons, I will just try to answer questions that people have asked. Are you ready? Is this where you pause and take a glass of water or Coke or Fanta, and if you are doing anti-sugar, you can take Share Exotic too. Free ad for Share Exotic. Okay, welcome back. Are you ready? So what I'll be doing is I'll be reading questions that people have asked, and I'll be answering them in the shortest possible way. Are we good? Okay. So first question, please, I am job hunting. How can you help? If you are the one that sent me this question, please just send the DM on Twitter. So I'm going to go to the next one. How do I pick up career-wise again? I feel stuck in unemployment and I don't know exactly how to move forward. Well, first, I'm so sorry. I have experienced unemployment twice for a very short period. The first one was 6 weeks between when I left G and when I moved to CareerWise. So, by the way, I didn't tell you guys why I left G. I didn't tell you why I left any of the companies I left. Yeah, let's leave that like that. But I left G because of COVID. So I was trying to get into a full-time role. Remember that I started NYC, then I moved to a contract role. Then they were trying to get me a full-time role in HR, but COVID, you know everything that happened with COVID. Yeah, so I've been in unemployment for just 6 weeks. And trust me, those 6 weeks were one of the most horrible 6 weeks of my life. So I am so sorry that you're experiencing this. Now, how do you pick up career-wise again? By picking up, trust me, I read stories on Twitter every day. People that were out of jobs for 12 months and they got a job. People that have to out of job for 16 months and they got a job. And just something close home, I know a friend that was out of job for 6 good months. I mean, I know because at some point his friends had to start donating. We didn't wait for him to ask. We just send him money randomly, right? Because we know that he was out of job. And sorry guys, a call distracted me. Yes, so and he got a job. So 3 things. 1, put yourself out there. Let people around you know that you are genuinely looking for a job. Please have a good CV, have a good cover letter. Maybe the question I will ask is, are you actually getting called for interviews and you're not getting it? Or are you not getting shortlisted for interviews at all? Because your problem might be a bad CV. I remember that I once did a CV workshop for someone. Sorry, no, it wasn't for someone. So EduBridge, if you don't know EduBridge Academy, please Google them. So I still volunteer for EduBridge. I used to teach how to write a winning CV and how to ace an interview. It's paid, by the way, before you come and send me a DM. But I have videos, you can check my channel. So EduBridge had gone to Covenant Capital Career Fair. I think that's the biggest career fair in Lagos. And we had facilitated a session on writing winning CVs and just as an interview, me and my friend Adeteniola. If I find the picture, I'll put it here. So after the session, we had done free CV clinic. So where helping people editing their CV. So there was this guy. His CV was good. And in my head, I'm like, why is this guy not getting a job? And why is he not getting called for interviews? He told me that he wasn't getting called for interview and those that are interviewing will not select him. So after looking at his CV like 3 times, and his CV was really good, by the way, I just realized that he had put Ibadan as his address, and he was applying for jobs in Lagos, and that was the only thing wrong with his CV. And so we had put Lagos, and we had also put available to relocate, and he had submitted that CV again, and he got like four interviews in 1 month, and he accepted two. He got 2 offers in 1 month. So it might be just something minute in your CV, it might be something minute in your interview, but just check out those things. But please don't give up. I beg you, please don't give up. The next question: was there any skills you took to make up for the two skills or masters? Which one? Okay, so this is like a 2-in-1 question. Was there any skills you took up to make up for the two and skills or masters? Which do you recommend? Were there any skills? Well, I was extremely proactive. If proactiveness is a skill, yes, very importantly, I took professional courses. So when I realized that I wanted to move to HR, I started CIPM. I like to tell the story of the fact that when my friends, when you're doing NYSC now, you get, then it was 19,800. You get 19,800, and then we were working at GE. The big boys worked at GE, so GE was paying good money back then. When I think about it, I look at how much GE was paying us, and I'm not sure if it was that big. But GE has also increased the allowance, by the way, so you can serve at GE. Yeah, so when people get paid their salary, when we get paid our NYSC, people just go to spa or go to spa or go to Hard Rock Cafe. Me, I used to use my money to take professional courses. Like, I'm not joking. I remember that there was one time the alert came in like this 19,800, and I went to buy two $19 courses. Dollar was good then. It's not now that dollar was it's now trash. I bought two $19 courses, and that was the end. Like, one cost $20 and that cost $20. So I took a lot of professional courses. I feel like, in fact, a lot of knowledge that I acquired then, I didn't use them till like 2 years later. There are some things I learned at GE that I didn't use till I got to career-wise. There's some things I learned at GE that I'm not using till like it's now that I'm at BCM that I'm just using it. You get? So I took a lot of professional courses. Now, skills or masters, it depends on what you want to do. I know that except you want to be an academia, work experience always matter. In fact, that's why they advise most people that, as most 9-to-5ers, that when you graduate, work for a year or two before going for masters, because there's just a way that experience helps you shape the theoretical knowledge they are going to acquire. So, skills and certifications. Next question: how are you so convinced about your career path, and how did I develop it? Trust me, I am not convinced. This morning, before I started shooting this video, I received a 17-minute unpleasant call because I'm in HR on a Saturday morning. Yeah, it was an HR related call, and I'm just like, what's this? Yeah, so I am not convinced. That feels like a weird thing to say, but yeah, I love my profession. I think you should watch the person that asked this question, please watch my video on how I got into HR. I spoke specifically about how I knew that HR was for me. So I think I was able to narrow down my options. One was that I didn't like numbers. Two was like I genuinely love people. I love managing people towards achieving a certain goal. So even outside HR, like, I don't know, do you have those people when you are in uni where immediately someone is in your group, you just know that person is going to be the team lead? That was me in uni. Like, all the groups from 100 level to 400 level, any group that I am in, I am automatically the team lead. And most times, we always win. I remember there was one presentation, economics of production, I can never forget. We were the only group that scored 15. And that 15 helped my life because I ended up with 58C in that course. And if I didn't score 15 in my presentation, I probably would have had a D and E. So I always knew that I loved managing people towards achieving the same goal. The idea of people excites me. I mean, my friends call me the social butterfly, right? I love connecting people and stuff. So there's a lot to HR than that, but it was very clear that I loved people and I love managing people towards achieving a certain goal. I'm putting that latter part because it's a very important part of HR. HR is not just managing people, it's actually managing people to achieve a business goal. So yeah, but I spoke a lot more in my video now I go into HR, so you can watch that. Yeah, so I'm not tomorrow, trust me, I'm putting it out there so that people don't come for me. Tomorrow you might see me do an MFA in English literature and I'll abandon HR. I'm just putting there. But today, as of today, in case my future employer is watching, I love HR. Ultimately, I want to work at Netflix. I feel like when I finally work at Netflix, I'll decide what to do next with my life. But for now, the goal is to work at Netflix. Yeah. So how did I develop it? Please go and watch my video on how I got HR. I feel like you will learn a lot. Okay, next thing. Oh, I just want to say that you're one of the people that I know that has a consistent attitude. Thank you. You know what you want and you let people know for you. Yes, so please, I want to get it to Netflix. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you for the very sweet words. How do I combine writing, reading, and my HR career amongst other things that you might not know? Yes, you don't know a lot of other things. So I read a book in 20, of course, by now you should know I read a lot. If you don't know, please go and watch my intro video. So I read the book. The book was written by T.D. Jakes. I can't remember the exact title, but I will try to get the picture and send to my cinematographer so that he would show it. I think it's something like repositioning yourself for purpose. Something around. It has to do with positioning and purpose. Yeah. So that book talked about. Then I read another book. That one was T.D. Jakes. Then I think I read another Miles Muro or it's not Miles Muro. Max Lucado. Yes, I read another Max Lucado's book. I'm forgetting the title, but the crux of the two books is that like your life is not in segments, even though your life is in segments. So people see me as a writer, a poet. I mean, I've now included sports journalism for female football. I don't see my life in segments. I see my life as a whole. I think DDK calls it multi-influential expressions. Yes, DDK is the Debola Dejikomi, by the way. I respect her a lot. I mean, I don't listen to her a lot, but I respect her a lot. So I feel like I am Emmanuel Faith, and then I have multi-influential flow. And at every point in time, all my flow must be flowing. So I cannot just say I have to keep doing HR because there's a poetry part of me that needs to flow. I can't say that I want to do just poetry because there is the human resource part of me, human capacity building part of me that has to flow. I can't say that, oh, I just want to do poetry and HR because there is the SDG5 part of me that has to flow. So I write on gender equality, I write on female football, I write on female sports because there's a part of me that has to flow. I feel like I can't stop watching Korean movies, K-drama fans, because there is that part of me that has to flow. So I think about my life that way. I have multi-influential flow and all of them must find expressions. I think that when you begin to think that way, you will not see it as how do you combine this with this, because it's just me flowing in different directions. And trust me, everything is interwoven. The fact that I'm a good writer has helped my HR life because a huge part of HR is communications. Just knowing how to write in the right way, knowing how to use the words. A lot of time I type a paragraph and I delete it because sometimes just adding one word can change the whole interpretation of paragraph, right? My friend Esther knows a lot about that. Anyway, so I don't have to combine. I just focus on flowing in multiple directions. I hope that answered your question. How can a third class get a job in this economy? Hey, is it possible for a third class to do a master's? So let me answer the second part. Yes, it is. I see. So I'm not a master. My friends know me. I wasn't so. I mean, now that Tinubu is now your president-elect, he's not my own president. Yes, I'm putting it out there and I don't care. He's not my president. Now that Tinubu is your president-elect, I might consider living in Nigeria. But if you know me and you're my friend, you know that I'm a Nigerian stan. So I don't really read all the scholarship, that. However, I know that there are a lot of scholarships. Trust me. My friends that are like scholarship pro, if you see them post scholarships like this, you'll be like, there are scholarships in this life, like not just masters alone. With your third class, you can actually get a master's with scholarship. I know I am not bragging. So just do your research. I see a lot of them. If I have an acquaintance that finished with third class that is doing a master's in Australia right now, like I'm not even joking, right? So yes, there are a lot of masters. Like you can do your third class, you can do a master's with your third class. But this job part now, if you have a third class, I honestly feel because after 2-2, second class upper, second class lower. Okay, third class. Okay. So I don't know. I finished second class lower. So no, after second class lower is third class now. So it's not so far from each other. If you think about it, think about the fact that I finished the 2-2. So I just feel like, it's 2023 again. Yeah, I don't know what field you are. We are gradually progressing towards my colleagues call it a skill economy, meaning that I have a friend that has worked in like 4 tech companies and nobody has ever asked him what did he finish with. He has been writing code since 19, even if the third class, by the way, from elect OAU. He's working. I want to mention the company that he's working. The amount is earning. I want to do the maths. It's any times 7 of my salary. I'm not even joking. Like my monthly salary, and trust me, by Nigerian standard, I'm anywhere. I'm not bragging. And this guy is earning times 7 of my salary. He's in Nigeria, no jokes. And he finished with third class. So we are moving towards a skill economy. Where there's some trust. There are some places that your grade matters. Recently, I was trying to check out some master's application, and I saw that there are schools I can't apply for because I finished with 2-2, so I had to put that out there. But trust me, there are also places that grades do not matter. Can you write code? Can you design? Can you edit videos? Those are the things that matter. So maybe you need to move from like a grade economy to a skilled economy. Yeah. How do you deal with rejection in your career? Hey, whoa, this was I say, has it been a smooth ride for you? Go smooth at all. I just told you that I received a 17-minute horrendous call. Like, I wish that I did not pick that call because it was actually horrible. I'd almost spoiled my mood for this video. But, I said, Odechi, I'm going to do this video. I have been in search for a full-time HR role since I finished NYC and all the interviews. Decided to hear from them or something. Okay, yeah. First, it has not been a smooth ride. If I have painted my life to be a smooth ride, I reject that painting now. I was telling my friend just before I started this video about a rejection I got in December. So now I don't think I've dealt with the rejection. I feel like I just carried that rejection and buried it somewhere because I interviewed for a role that was $50K to $70K per annum. Yes, inside this Nigeria, people are earning that much. Yes. So don't drag people when you see them do a Twitter video. And of course I got rejected. I said of course I got rejected because, so let me tell you the backstory. I applied for the role and they didn't call me, and I moved on. Then I'd written this badass article. This is why you guys need to write. You need to share your thoughts as a thought leader. So I've written this badass article on gender wage parity, with focus on, there's something about black women pay parity. I've forgotten the terminology right now, but the summary of what it says is that it takes a black woman who has to work 256 days extra to earn what a white man is earning in the US. So I've written a whole exciting article about it, and I think this person has stopped by the article and liked it, and then she came to my DM and said she's looking for a recruit for this role. I'm like, oh, let's converse. Now this is a challenge. This was the challenge. She reached out to me on Monday night. She wanted the interview that week. I was going to a literary festival on Thursday and Friday, which is one of the challenges I also have with combining my different influential flows. So that means that I was left with Tuesday and Wednesday. So we fixed the interview for Wednesday. That means 1, I didn't prepare for the interview. 2, it was not supposed to be an interview. It was just to be like a get to meet me kind of thing. So I didn't know it was an interview. So I did not even prepare for an interview. 3rd, Lagos happened. So I was in traffic. All those sun that looks like Hellfire just opened his gates. Do you know those kind of sun? So it was very, very sunny. So I was in traffic for like 3 hours, and then I was going to my friend's place, and when I got there, it was like 10 minutes to the interview. So I was mentally disarrayed. So that's why I flopped, right? And I told her that, this interview, you didn't get the best part of me. But she's like, blah, blah, blah. She has moved on. I'm like, okay, no problem. I just shared one rejection. Trust me, I've received a lot in this life. So I just want to put that out there. How do I deal with them? It's a rejection. It's just one thing, right? It's just like one thing in many things that can happen. And I'll share this story. So when I left G before I moved to Carrywise, there's one company that interviewed me. I won't mention their name. And I really thought that I would get the role because before the interview, I did 2 tests. And in the second test, I was told that I was the highest scorer. So it was a psychometrics test. So I was so sure that I would get the role. And my interview went very well. Why didn't I get the role? They said that I was asking, I didn't know, but they said I was asking for much more than what was on my CV, right? And so, of course, I didn't get the role and I moved to Carrywise. Now, the person that interviewed me for that role 2 years later or 3 years later, we became friends. And she later told me, and she said she's happy I didn't get that role because she didn't think that role would have developed my capacity the way Carrywise developed my capacity. The summary is that I just handle rejection like a bus stop. It's a bus stop in the destination, and I just pick myself up and I keep going. Please send me your CV. Something might be wrong with your CV. You might need to maybe indicate some forward-thinking HR skills on your CV. You might need to take some certifications, just to indicate that you are doing something that relates to HR, especially because you don't have the experience. So yeah, tips on how to secure an internship. Especially if you're an individual transitioning into HR without a prior knowledge in the HR role, please go and watch my video on how I got into HR. I shared everything you need to know. Who is my favorite HR buddy? I actually loved this question. I loved that someone asked me. So I have HRs I like a lot. I also have HRs that helped me when I started my career. Someone I will always mention is Samuel Akinloton. Samuel Akinloton, I don't even know where he is now. Samuel, what are you doing now? Samuel Akinloton was started out as a talent acquisition, manager at Sterling Bank. I need to correct that. I need to check his LinkedIn. I was talent acquisition manager at social partner, but I also did that acquisition at Sterling Bank. Then he moved to PwC before he went to UK to do his masters. By the way, congratulations, Samuel. He just bagged his master. Just a master's, MBA actually. Yes, MBA. He just finished his MBA last week. So I really respect Samuel a lot. I like when people are talk and do. So someone is talk and do. Another person, someone who really held my hand, is Dolapo Downsey. Dolapo Downsey, what's his current role? Oh my guys have moved to. Dolapo is people operations and immigration manager at General Electric for Sub-Saharan Africa, and he's also like an HR business partner for a particular business in GE. Yeah, so another person would be Ijoma Nkotha. Ijoma Nkotha is also doing, what of them have? Jack Babo, Dolapo is still in Nigeria. Ijoma is also doing a master's at one university in the UK. I can't remember. Yeah, so those three people are very, very important to me. People I look up to just generally. Temi Daly of Sterling Bank. I think she's like the HR or CHR of Sterling Bank. I feel like she's amazing. She's really amazing. Yemi Fasheung, definitely. Taiwa Daya Abato, definitely. Yeah, so those people. Okay, what will be your strategy? And this is the second to the last question. What will be your strategy when starting out a new job? So I wrote Chronicles of an Intern, and I feel like even though Chronicles of an Intern was for internship, everybody, should read that book when you're starting out your career. I'm going to put the link below. Okay, so there is an instance. You have been employed by a corporate commercial firm with expectation that your work will transcend the career of the firm. But how do you construct a strategy? It's very technical and specific. I'm sorry, I am not able to answer this question right now. And that's all, guys. So, just in case there are maybe things that I've not touched, I'm just going to list like five key things that have helped me so far. It might not be up to 5, but yeah. One is that you can learn anything. This year, guys, just this year, I've learned how to use Notion because BCM uses Notion. I've learned how to use Discord because the company I was with before BCM used Discord. I've learned how to use, there's Discord, there's Notion. There's one that I can't remember right now. I've learned like 3 or 4 collaborative tools just this year. Like, I've recorded this video on April 1st. I don't know when it will come out. But yeah, just this year, like it's April 1st now, I've already learned how to use like 4 collaborative tools. I'm not joking, guys. So that the first like tip I have for you about your career is that there's always something new to learn. To always be open to learning. It has helped me a lot. It has helped me a whole lot. Sometimes I don't even know how much I've learned until like I have to now use, this thing. For example, I didn't use Excel a lot at CareerWise. In my new role, I had to use Excel to do something, and I was surprised that I could do that thing because my former role I didn't use Excel because it was a Google Sheets company. Do you get? Second would be every rejection is a bus stop. So you're gonna get rejections along the way. When it hits you like this, fall. Deal with it. Don't be like me. I don't deal with my things. Number 3 would be don't just work, show you're working. I am a big fan of letting your major stakeholders know how you're working. I mean, it's something I'm even learning in my current role. I am doing a lot of work and people are not seeing visibility into my work, and I'm just learning an important part of my work, which is documentation. So it's not just enough that I do my work. It is important that I document the work that I'm doing so that people can have visibility into the work that I'm doing. Right, so always show that you're working. I like to say this all the time. The Bible says that it's see a man diligent in his work, he should stand before kings and not mere men. My version is that see a man diligent in his work, that the king hears or sees, that the king sees or hears about, he will stand before the king and not mere men. The king needs to see you, the king needs to hear about you, the king heard about yourself. Number 4 is always know when to pick up something. So what does this mean? Always know when to learn a new skill, always know when to take a certification, always know when to go for a master's, because that's also very important. Right? Always know when it's time for you to move. A role might be very comfortable for you, like you are earning good money per industry to standard, you are doing easy job, I wanted to share you something. I don't know if I share or not. So the company I'm in right now versus the company I left when I joined CareerWise, like after I left CareerWise, So the company I'm relying is actually paying me lesser than the company that I left, right? But it was a thing of comfort. I wanted to stretch, right? So always know when to leave. Always, that's very important. Always know when to leave. There's always a time to leave a role, to leave a company, to leave a job, to switch. Always know, when to leave. And then the last thing is just do every other person's job like it's your own job. People always ask me, why do you carry brands on your head? Like, I just joined PCM. I'm already tweeting about PCM, tweeting about Zikoko, tweeting about Tech Cabal. I always do a job like it's my own. I'm always thinking, if this job is my own, what will I do? Right, and it has helped me a lot. Again, guys, I look forward to my next 5 years if I'm still in HR. No, I think I'll still be in HR for the next 5 years. So, first 5 years was amazing. I look forward to the next 5 years. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to share. And of course, if you have more questions, you can ask in the comment section. See you. Bye. Hopefully, by 5 years, I'm already an HR business partner at Netflix. Till then, it's your boy.